Hey everyone, Alexa here from the blog theduvallhomestead.com, where I passionately share farm-to-table recipes and homemade natural living. And today I'm going to give you a tour of our farmhouse in the springtime. I'm so excited to share my home with you today. I hope you enjoy the tour. Easter and spring are some of my favorite times. We have 3 birthdays in my family around this time of year. So we have the birthdays and then we have Easter. So there's just so much to celebrate. It makes for a very busy, family-oriented time, which I love. And of course, all the more reason to decorate. Stick around for the end of the video because I'm going to be doing a really fun Easter reading. So if you're interested in hearing this Easter book, that will be at the end of the video. The spring energy is definitely in the air. The other day I pulled out 3 eggs from our chicken coop, and after a winter of not a whole lot of eggs, that's really exciting. I love looking at the chickens outside and seeing them lay their eggs. They sing a really cute egg laying song. It may not be cute if you're not into farm noises because it's a little bit loud, but I just love it. Coming out of winter feels so good. I love the longer days of light. It allows us to play outside longer each day and gives a little more time to make dinner. I do like winter when we're in it. I love the snow and the cozy nights, but there's nothing that beats that energy of spring. It is new life and new energy all around us. Our cats are even enjoying the sunny days as they venture outside just to feel the warmth of the sun on their backs. They're rolling around in the grass and the dirt, and they're not actually supposed to be outdoor cats, but they can't help themselves because it's just so nice to get that fresh air after it's been raining or snowing all winter long. The feeling of being surrounded by life and new beginnings is what spring is all about. Whether you're planting seeds in a garden and starting new life with vegetables, maybe you have children who, as you know, if you're a mother or father, they grow up so quickly, so every season is new for them, especially when they're really little. And I love it. My daughter Allison is just getting older and wiser and more confident by the day. Meanwhile, I'm growing a new baby at the same time, and I'm very thankful for all of that. So first I'm gonna clean off the table. Obviously, we have a lot of toy buildup that happens, which is totally fine. It's usually something I can clean up within a couple minutes, so it doesn't really bother me. Our daughter just figured out how to get up onto the table, so she likes to put her toys on the table. So I'm just gonna clean that up, and then I'm going to wipe down the table. I need to refill my cleaning solution, and this is just a homemade solution that is basically 1 part vinegar and about 4 parts or 5 parts of water. And then I'm gonna add some essential oils to this. So I'm gonna add the vinegar, and then I'm gonna go fill the rest of it with water, and then add the rest of my orange essential oil because I'm almost out, and then about 10 drops of lemon. I like using this because it just makes the house smell really fresh, and of course it does a good job cleaning as well. Now the table's clean, I'm going to set it. I bought this handmade quilt at the thrift store, and I think it's really pretty. I was going to use it in our living room, but I actually think it's really pretty on the dining room, even though it's not really traditional to put a quilt type thing on the dining room table. I think it's small enough that it looks like a table decor. I'm going to put a small beeswax half-used candle on one side, sitting on top of a vintage plate, and then the tall beeswax candlestick on the other side. I kind of like the asymmetry of this. I think it's really pretty and vintage. My goal with this centerpiece is to be kind of mix-matched, but yet going together at the same time. I'm gonna pull out my farm fresh eggs. So these are the eggs that we got from our very own chickens. This is the basket I normally keep them in. Now I'm gonna put them on the table for now because my plan is to hard boil eggs and then put the hard boiled eggs out here on the table when we go to, you know, celebrate Easter, or maybe on just a Sunday morning to just have the eggs out so anyone can grab them. But these are not hard boiled yet, so I will be removing them after this video to make sure no one grabs them. And I really like how it turned out. It's just a very bright and colorful, festive centerpiece. Now the goal for this centerpiece is not to set the table entirely, it's just to create a centerpiece that we can leave on this table. The nice thing about this big farmhouse table is that it's 8 feet long, so we have so much space to eat on here, and we only have a family of 3 right now, and occasionally we have my parents over, so we have plenty of space. So we can easily keep this whole centerpiece up and still eat around it so it doesn't block anybody. So I encourage you to do something like this if you have a table that you have plenty of space, because then it's something you can leave up all season long. So over on this side wall here, this is right next to the kitchen, and I used to have like a pegboard here, but I'm gonna put this vintage basket that I also thrifted. So I decided to go around my house and get all the dried flowers that I could, We got these dry hydrangeas from a friend. She gave us so many of them, I don't even know what to do with them. And you'll see them a lot in this home tour. So I went ahead and grabbed one of those, and then I had some dried lavender from probably 2 summers ago that I've just kept. Lavender never goes bad. In fact, dried flowers in general never go bad, and they're one of the best things you can buy and just keep moving them around your house and reusing them. They just are the gift that keeps on giving. So in fact, I think these are from my garden from last year. I think I grew these. I really like how it turned out, and the flowers were heavy enough to keep the top of the basket lifted. So hopefully that doesn't look too funny. It's just a really nice flower piece right here, right as you enter the kitchen. Now that I'm looking at this, I think a really small little square photo right above the basket would be really pretty. A picture frame, maybe a little farm scene or something would be really pretty right there. Okay, this is our little bar area, and we don't usually have it super clean or decorated, but I feel like if I put something in the center of it, it's gonna stay looking nice. Whereas if I don't, it'll just fill up with, you know, random stuff. So I decided to bring some food out here because I normally keep my avocados and potatoes in this bowl, and then I keep fruit in another place, and we're doing a lot of fruit these days. Allison loves it. So I just decided to put it all here so people can kind of grab it as I walk by. In one of the baskets I put some more dried hydrangeas. I love the neutral color. They just complement everything. They can go anywhere in the house, and I think they're really pretty and soft. And then I brought this white table runner out. Now technically this should have been ironed, but I figure if I just ruffle it up a little bit, you won't notice the wrinkles. So that's what I did. And I have these little fake Easter eggs that I've just had for years for some reason, with some little nest around it, and it's always kind of pretty. I like how it looks against our shiplapped wall. We did the shiplap ourselves a couple years ago. I have a tutorial for that, I'll link it below. Shiplap's a very easy project that really makes things look super pretty, so that's what we did. And we have these vintage candlestick holders kind of fastened into the wall, so that just adds a nice vintage look as well. While my baby is napping today, I'm going to try to sew 2 pillowcases. I thought it'd be really pretty to get some blue floral spring vintage kind of fabric and start sewing again. I haven't sewed in so long because I just kind of stopped when Allison was a baby. It was easy for me to sew when she was, you know, really little, but then when she got bigger, she was touching everything and like I couldn't sew with her. So I just took a little break for a bit and I've missed it, so I really wanted to get some pillowcases on this couch that are new and fresh. I ordered this fabric. It's these vintage looking blue roses and flowers on a white backdrop. Chickens are being really loud if you can hear that. I'm not super pleased with this fabric. I have recently joined a few sewing groups on Facebook, and there's a lot of people who have a lot of fabric that they sell, and I'm so excited that I finally found these people because I've been buying fabric from the wrong sources like Amazon. Not a good place to buy fabric. That's where I got this fabric. It's really pretty. I'm not gonna say it's terrible, but it is polyester, and I didn't read the description, and it should be cotton, and I really hate polyester. So I went ahead and sewed them anyway because I had waited a while for this fabric to arrive, and I really just wanted to get the pillows done. So I'm gonna keep them on here for a little while, and then I'll probably switch the fabric this summer. Again, because I wasn't crazy about the fabric, I didn't really take a lot of care when I sewed this because I'm not going to be washing the fabric because I'm going to be taking them off in a couple months. Usually when I sew something that I really care about and spend a lot of time on, I make sure that there's just no loose ends or anything like that so I can wash it over and over. But unfortunately, I feel like I'm going to get tired of this fabric. It just, when I saw it online, it looked like a really faded blue, a little more vintage. This is quite a bit brighter than I wanted. So anyway, I think it looks fine for now, but I'm going to be getting something new for summertime, hopefully. In the kitchen, my favorite view is looking over the soap dishes and seeing the chickens outside. I just love springtime, and I absolutely love having the animals. In the main kitchen, I don't do a whole lot just because I spend most of the space with actual cooking, but I did put out some towels. I love to keep a different towel arrangement over my stove. It just feels very, I don't know, homey, and I really do enjoy homemaking and everything that goes along with it. I don't see it as work or chores. I see it as just what I'm very lucky to do every single day. So I got a couple new flowers. I think these are pansies from the store. Put those in the shelf and they look really pretty. In the living room, I had so much fun decorating for Easter in this room. Of course, you're going to see some toys here, but it's not too bad. The mirror is new. We added this mirror mostly so that I could get my workouts done and have a mirror. This is where I exercise 3 times a week, and so it's really helpful to have a mirror when you exercise because otherwise you don't know if your form is correct. Anyway, I'm getting the couches ready with a new thrifted blanket. You would have seen this last week in my decor haul. I love this new blanket. It looks perfect on the couch. And of course the 2 pillows that I sewed. Over the fireplace, I hung this beautiful burlap Easter bunny banner. I definitely would have loved to make this myself, but I found it at the thrift store and loved it. I just strive to make this room cozy, welcoming, and a place that gets used and enjoyed as much as possible. So I have some crafts, crayons of course, and a few Allison toys scattered throughout the room. Our fireplace is on right now because it's one of those cold spring days. We have had some really warm days, but then it'll be 60 degrees one day and then 30 degrees the next day. So it just is that typical spring weather. I moved the eggs to the mantle. They were on the dining table as you just saw, but they were reachable. And so I tried to get them a little bit higher. We'll see how long that lasts. I love this corner with Allison's little table and her dolls. We sit and have tea parties here and read books, and it's so fun. One of these baskets that I thrifted last week I thought would be perfect for shoes, so I organized Allison's shoes here. I just love seeing little kids' shoes. I mean, they're so cute. For the front porch, I just kept it really simple as I normally do and planted some flowers. It just feels good to get your hands in the soil in the springtime, especially if it's not even warm out yet. I just got some soil from Costco and started planting. First thing I did was clean off the porch and just give it a good sweep. It just takes such a beating in wintertime, and it's really nice to give it some fresh new life. I moved the coffee pot from the back patio to the front porch here. I think it looks really cute and it's very inviting. I'm all about making my home feel like a place where people want to be and they're welcome. I'm making good use of my dried hydrangeas here. I put several in this firewood holder as well as on the Adirondack chair. And on the other Adirondack chair, I put my hand-sewn blanket here. It's half fleece, half cotton. One side is fleece, one side is cotton. And it's so cute. Okay, now I'm gonna read the story of Easter. When spring comes, baby animals are born and flowers begin to bloom. Springtime also brings Easter. On Easter, we remember Jesus and what he did for us. Jesus loved all boys and girls and moms and dads too. He was called the Good Shepherd. Moms and dads and boys and girls loved Jesus too. They laid palm branches in his path. But some men did not like Jesus. They put him on a cross to die. His friends were sad. On that first Easter, Jesus' friends met an angel. He told them, Jesus has risen. He is alive today. His friends were very happy. We celebrate Easter because Jesus lived again on that first Easter morning. On Easter Sunday, we go to church and sing about Jesus. My daughter loves this page. Churches place crosses on their steeples and remind us of Jesus' love. Now, on Easter morning, you'll know that Jesus loved us so much that he gave his life for us so that we can live too. Happy Easter!